Next, we have something new and interesting to tell you about. We are going to tell you about Staria's newest solution that is called Staria BI Planning. We will soon welcome to stage Mikko Kurki, who is Staria's manager for reporting and BI solutions. And Mikko will tell you more how you can harness your NetSuite and other data to create insights with Staria BI Planning. But before we give the floor and stage to Mikko, we have a special treat for you. We got to see our newest video, a customer story done together with Management Event. Ville Ojala, the CFO of Management Event, who I assume and believe is somewhere in the audience as well. Yeah, there we have you. Hello, Ville. And he will tell you about how they, at Management Event, have utilized Staria BI Planning to support their international growth.
My name is Ville Ojala, and I work as CFO of Management Events. Management Events is organizer of invitation-only events, and we operate in 10 countries across Europe and Asia. The core of our service is one-to-one meetings where we bring together business-to-business solution providers and then decision makers from various organizations. Basically, in our finance function, we have been redesigning how we operate recently. We have done many initiatives, and one initiative was to actually explore how we want to do financial planning in the future. The financial planning solution we used before did not meet our needs, especially if we look at the longer term future. So we really felt that we need to explore a better solution for future. We actually studied several solutions and partners, and in the end we ended up with Staria and their planning solution. With financial planning and analysis, we mean that we want to do a good reporting and forecasting about our finances, growth, cost structure, profitability and investments and so on. We use Staria's BI and planning solution for the whole group. We are very happy with the use so far. Also, the benefits are quite clearly visible, mostly time savings. We can really forecast and report much smoother than before. It really saves my nerves as CFO when things run as expected. I also value visualizations that are modern, so the look and feel is really something that serves us well, and it's very, very good that our team learned to use the tool fast. If you are working internationally or if you're growing your business, you really need a solid partner to work with. And obviously, I can also warmly recommend Staria's planning solution.
Hello everyone, and thank you, Ville and Management Events, for the kind words. Oh, not over there yet. Today, I'll be a little bit expanding on what Ville just said, since the case for Management Events was mainly around planning. But today I'll be also telling you about all the other functionalities of Staria BI Planning and how you can actually use those to harness your NetSuite and other data to create insights. But just to sort of set the stage here, I'm going to begin my presentation with a little story about my life roughly 4 years ago when I was working as a business controller. So there I was, sitting at the office, preparing the monthly reports for the upcoming business reviews. There was loads to do in terms of harnessing my data to create insights. With my Excel running hot, I needed to update the actuals, then the latest forecast, show the corresponding budget numbers for the month, and I also had to import certain pieces of non-financial data into my Excel model manually to calculate KPIs. And once all that was done, I needed to put together a nice visual presentation in PowerPoint. Sound familiar? Midnight was soon approaching. I was dead tired and just minutes away from having a breakdown. Good times, really. And I'm not even going to go into the budgeting process for the entire group that was based on Excel. But you can probably imagine what that was like and have some sympathy. Some of you might still have similar pain points. Well, eventually I made the move from in-house finance department to work as a consultant at Staria. And I quickly discovered that I wasn't certainly alone with my experiences, or traumas, if you will. And it was clear to me that the way to carry out reporting and analysis would be to use a BI solution of some sort. They were becoming increasingly more popular, and even SMEs were starting to acquire them. but some problems still remained. I'll get back to those in a minute. But back to present day. What do you expect to find in a BI solution these days? Maybe some essential data from your key software that you're using in your business operations, or maybe some nice visuals and charts that are displaying your data beautifully. But is there any data or charts to be found once you actually acquire the solution? Well, no, at least not straight away. You might be especially interested in the reports that you need to prepare for management each month, and you're eager to crack on and start building your own content. I mean, how hard can it be, really? What you might need to do is something like this. So you can clearly see that this is a P&L, right? Right? Clear as day. For some of you, this might seem really simple, but I wouldn't be surprised if this scared the living daylights out of you, and you might start to feel a little disheartened and start to question if you have what it takes to have full ownership of your main reporting and data analysis tool. So, who are you going to call? That's right, your friendly neighborhood consultant. So, you might end up in a situation where you don't have full control over your BI solution or its development, and you're reliant on external help. Sadly, BI solutions don't solve all your problems. There's still the question about your planning and budgeting in general. How are you going to sort that out? What tool are you going to use? Excel probably isn't the most convenient solution, though widely used. So you might want to have a proper system in place that could take care of your planning and budgeting needs. That means acquiring yet another separate solution, and you also need to figure out how you're going to integrate that with NetSuite and your BI solution of choice. There's also the problem with making the data flow work the other way around as well, so that your actuals will find their way back to your budgets and forecasts. But moreover, to make matters even worse, most of the planning and budgeting solutions in the market are quite complex to maintain and edit without external consultancy. So we've seen these struggles time and again at Staria, and we've decided to come up with something truly groundbreaking, a solution called Staria BI and Planning. So what is it exactly? Well, Staria BI and Planning is really what it says on the tin. It's a BI and planning solution on the same platform. It's 100% cloud-based. It works on all browsers, even on Safari, and all the functionalities are supported on every device. Staria BI and Planning integrates with other systems really well, and you can use it to report and analyze data from all of your data sources, and all of the data is also available in your planning. With more than 50 existing integration, most importantly including NetSuite, of course, importing data is extremely convenient. Naturally, there are ways to import data manually, like using CSV imports. And since your planning and reporting features are all on the same platform, all of your forecasts and budgets will find their way automatically to your reports without any additional data transfers. Through integrations, your data is always up to date, so you're able to fully automate your reporting process and share insights across your organization. Basically, you're able to remove manual work and your spreadsheet risk in your reporting. Through dimension-level user access rights, different stakeholders within the organization can be given access to the solution so that they gain more understanding on their business operations and the underlying drivers, which in turn allows them to make better decisions. Broad participation within your organization applies to planning as well, naturally, and different user groups can be given access specifically to the planning templates where their inputs are needed. Then there's the ease of use. The user interface is extremely intuitive, and all changes to your content are made by just clicking your mouse. So there's no need to learn a new programming language. You don't have to write down complicated functions to create new elements. And also the syntax of formulas is about 90% the same as in Excel. which makes it really easy to adapt to using this tool. Even I, a business school graduate, learned to use this solution. But on top of everything I just said, I still wanted to highlight certain key features of Staria BI Planning. First off, the rapid implementation time. With NetSuite, Staria BI Planning is implemented in less than 10 business days, including all of your customized reports and planning templates. I can tell you that that one is hard to beat. Staria BI Planning supports multiple currencies, and you get pre-built content straight out of the box. This way, you get your hands on something right away in the beginning of the implementation project. Then there's the fact that the solution packs a real punch. A lot of R&D work was spent to ensure that the solution always works fast and smooth, even when handling large data sets. And therefore, Staria BI Planning is capable of handling tens of millions of rows of data. So there's really no risk that the solution will render itself totally obsolete as your business grows. Then moving on to the planning features, which really make the product stand out after all. P&L, cash flow, and balance sheet forecasts are all supported. You're able to do driver-based planning and rolling forecasts. And solution also allows you to create scenarios, and you can create your budgets and forecasts bottom up or top down, whichever way you prefer. But how is Staria BI Planning connected to NetSuite? We really wanted to have a proper integration in place with NetSuite, so we wanted to get this right from the get-go. So we do have had some experiences of shortcomings in this area. So the NetSuite integration for Staria BI Planning uses different integration technologies like REST and SOAP web services flexibly to retrieve all the different types of data that NetSuite holds. We have come up with one of the best NetSuite integrations in the market that is being offered as standard. Through our integration, or essentially all of the data that the integration capabilities of NetSuite allow to be transferred can be utilized in Staria BI Planning. So, all of your actuals and metadata are updated automatically through our integration. So let's say you add a new account or a new subsidiary in NetSuite, all that information will be updated automatically to Staria BI Planning. Data for your custom segments also flows without any problems through our integration, and that's not always the case with other solutions, by the way. Then you have the ability to drill through to all the transactions that are coming from NetSuite, and you are also able to view their attachments. For example, bill image PDFs directly within Staria BI Planning. We're also bringing in currencies from NetSuite and their exchange rates, and we are running the currency conversions within Staria BI and Planning. Lastly, we have scheduled data refreshes in place with the possibility to trigger them manually, and that way you will always have your latest NetSuite data at hand exactly when you need it. All in all, with NetSuite and Staria BI Planning, you have an extremely powerful combo at your disposal. And we're actually using this very same setup internally at Staria, and I can tell you that I no longer have to lose any sleep over reporting and planning. And I'm sure Ville can also agree. Thank you, everyone.